Today we're making deconstructed steak kebabs. These are a quick, easy weeknight meal that's one of my family's favorites. I love the fact that I don't have to waste any time getting all of these veggies and meat on my skewers because we are cooking on a griddle. Although you could if you'd like to, but making it like this saves so much time for any busy mom like me, and each and every veggie and steak bite gets such a perfect sear. You guys are gonna love the flavors of this and how simple it is to make for your family any night of the week. Kebabs are always fun, of course. Skewering your meat and veggies onto skewers and cooking them, which you can do easily on the Blackstone, and I have a million times. But I also like on a busy weeknight when I need something to feed my family, something that we all love, and that around here is steak and veggies. So I've got 2 grass-fed New York strip steaks. Usually I do go for a ribeye because I love the extra fat in that, or if I'm trying to be a little more cost efficient, especially when I have a large crowd here, I'll go for a nice sirloin. I also have some veggies. I've got peppers, onions, mushrooms, tomatoes, everything that I love. We'll start though with our marinade. Into a large bowl, we'll add half a cup of extra virgin olive oil, a 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, a 1/3 cup of soy sauce. I go for about 4 to 5 fresh garlic cloves, grated finely into this. I add the juice of half of a lemon, and of course, a ton of my tutto Italiano. When it comes to these marinades for kebabs or any kind of meat and veggies that I'm doing, I love mixing things up differently each week. Sometimes I'll add a little red wine vinegar to it or a little Dijon mustard. Fresh herbs are always a good thing to add to a marinade. But for today, this would be one of the most basic marinades that you could add anything else that you like to. We'll slide that aside and get over to our steak. We want this to sit out the longest at room temperature, so I'm gonna cube this up and allow this to hang out for a good hour before we cook it. Sometimes I like to keep the steak nice and dry and just season it with some salt and pepper. Other times I'll go for a light drizzle of olive oil or even some duck fat over this, and then season it with kosher salt, black pepper, and today we're doing a little tutto Italiano to go along with that marinade. While this steak hangs out, we'll jump back over to our marinade and we're gonna get our veggies in here. We've got chopped up green bell peppers, some chopped up purple onions. I've got mushrooms that I'm gonna slice in half. We'll add grape tomatoes and some chopped flat leaf parsley. We'll mix this to coat with all of that delicious marinade that we made. And ideally, I let this either marinate for 20 minutes at the least or up to overnight. If I know I have a busy day the next day, I love getting these veggies prepped the night before or in the morning. That way, once it comes to dinner, we're ready to rock and roll. There is one veggie that I love adding to any kind of kebab, which is zucchini, especially in the summertime. However, when I'm deconstructing my kebabs, I like to let one of our vegetables stand out visually since I love a good presentation. So we'll slice our zucchini in half lengthwise, and then using a knife, we'll cross hatch them, running along one way, making slits in one direction, and then the opposite, making sure not to cut through completely. We'll rub them down with a little bit of oil and then season with salt, pepper, and more of that Blackstone tutto Italiano. Then we'll get these on to our Blackstone. I've got 2 zones on medium-low heat to give that zucchini some time to cook through, and then 2 zones on high for our steak, which I want the steak to cook fast and furious, nice and hot, to really sear. Our veggies will go in between to cook, which is perfect. I want them to be tender with that medium heat, but not overcook or burn on high heat, so they'll be perfect right in the center. For our zucchini, we want to make sure that we flip these a few times, allowing them to cook nice and evenly, keeping an eye on your veggies and keeping them moving so that they get that nice little bit of char without overcooking. Now, I always get the question, why do you like to cube up your meat or even your chicken before cooking it instead of cooking it whole and then slicing it? When I'm cooking it in something like this where we're using bite-sized pieces, whether it's tacos or these deconstructed kebabs, I like to ensure that each and every single bite of meat will come in contact with that griddle, creating a nice sear on all edges, locking in my juices and keeping keeping each little steak bite, or if it's chicken or pork, nice and juicy on the inside. These only need about 2 to 3 minutes, allowing them to sear on each side, depending on, again, how you like your steak. For me, I like a medium rare with a nice crust on the outside. You can cook yours for however long you like, but once they're done, we'll mix everything to combine together before quickly getting this off of our Blackstone and plate it up with those beautiful zucchinis. We'll finish with some flat leaf parsley to garnish and to give it a pop of freshness, and then you and your family or your friends can dive in and enjoy these. This is such a fast way and inexpensive way, without wasting a lot of time, to feed a large crowd for your next backyard hangout or a quick, easy, simple weeknight meal. I cannot wait to watch you guys making these. Until next time, I'm Blackstone Betty, and I will see you guys in the next video.